Wow.
What's up guys, Sean here, and this is the Spyderco Kapara full review. This is a knife that I've had for a while now, and I really love this knife, and this review is long overdue. So as you could see in that cutting footage in the beginning of the video, this thing is an absolute slicing monster. Some of the best cutting performance I've ever experienced. Excellent blade geometry. So we are going to jump right into the grading in a second, but first I'll show you what I carry today, and that is these three guys right here. Spyderco Swish Buoy, Knife Joy exclusive. The full review for this one is coming up anytime now. My big move is tomorrow, so I'm going to be busy all day tomorrow, and I'll have to get the new studio all set up at my new apartment, but that'll be exciting, and you know, have some stuff to look forward to. So awesome knife. I carried this guy right here, Zero Tolerance 0308. This is a beast of a knife because I wanted to put a fresh edge on it, and I did that. 20 degrees per side on the KME. This is 1500 grit finish right here. I didn't even really strop it. I did maybe 2 or 3 passes on basswood, but yeah, this is just with the 1500 grit KME Gold Series diamond plate that comes included with the KME, and this thing is super nasty sharp right now. I'll show you real quick. So yeah, badass knife, amazing action. And last but not least, my favorite out of my 3 Spyderco Shamans. I've already told you guys what this one is several times now, but I am doing a fresh review on the Spyderco Shaman, which that will be coming up anytime now also. So a lot of great stuff to look forward to. And now let's get into the grading for the Spyderco Kapara. This first one up is Ergonomics, and I gave this a 4.5 out of 5. The ergos on this knife are almost perfect. There is only one complaint I have, and it's not really a complaint, and I think it would be a little bit more comfortable if it was just a little bit more filling in the palm. This is a very narrow handle. However, for it being so narrow, it's just about as good as it can get because it curves up into your palm. So it does give you some really good control, and it maintains that super slim profile. This thing is literally like having nothing in your pocket. and with this Spyderco wire clip, which is a really good clip. I don't care much for how it looks, but function wise it is absolutely excellent, and I like how it is held in with only one screw, and it's basically like having a deep carry pocket clip. So yeah, ergos are great. Pocket clip is great. Pocket clip scores a 5 out of 5. Carry scores a 5 out of 5. Like I said, this thing carries like a feather. Action, perfect 5 out of 5. Once again, look at this. Pretty much buttery smooth action. Now this is on phosphor bronze washers, but it runs on a pivot spacer. So there is a little barrel that goes around the pivot and through the hole in the blade. So it basically rides on that spacer and also rides on the washers. So it can't get filled with grit or anything like bearings can, and it keeps that action really smooth. And also, can't forget to mention the detent. The detent on this is perfect. Very snappy, perfect tension. You don't need any wrist whatsoever. This fires out very snappy, very satisfying. So 5 out of 5 for the action. For the hardware, it also gets a 5 out of 5. We have a T10 pivot, and look at that. That is a fancy pivot, unlike the standard T10 Spyderco screws. On this, they did something nice looking. Really like that. And back here, we have T8s. So there are no T6s on this. Just a T10 pivot, 2 T8s on this side, and 2 T8s on this side. Very minimal hardware, excellent design. Have a nice red G10 backspacer back here, and the purpose of that being red is because the Kapara is a redback spider found in Australia, where the designer of this knife resides, which the designer of this knife is named Alistair Phillips. And yeah, very cool knife design. I think this was designed to be like a kitchen utility folder kind of deal, but it makes for a perfect EDC knife, as long as you're not the kind of person that likes to use your knife as a pry bar or, you know, abuse your knife. If you use your knife for cutting tasks and you use the correct tool for the other jobs, then this makes a very, very nice EDC knife. Moving on to the aesthetic. The aesthetic gets a 4.5 out of 5. Now, I think this looks very good, but it does have a little bit of a funky look to it, so it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I happen to like it, but I try to be unbiased in these reviews, so I think 4.5 is a pretty fair score. For fit and finish, we get a 5 out of 5. Spyderco has excellent fit and finish, and this happens to come out of their Taichung, Taiwan factory. And sorry, this blade is very reflective and the lighting is not very good right now, but I move in literally less than 12 hours, so we just kind of have to deal with it for now. But yeah, very high quality Spydercos come out of the Taiwan factory. For the price, not sure what it is right this second. It may have gone up, but when I purchased this knife, I paid $160 for it, and this is actually the DLT Trading exclusive with the 20 CV blade, and it came with gray G10 scales. These carbon fiber scales are the ones that you will get on the standard production version, which is linked in the description. And I believe that one might be closer to 200, but even at 200, I still give the price a 5 out of 5. I think it is worth every penny. It is a really, really nice knife. Moving on to the acoustics. The acoustics are going to get a 4 out of 5. Has a nice kind of clicky sound to it. Now, remember, over the microphone and over video and everything, it's going to sound a little bit different than it does in real life. I've just noticed that a camera and a microphone cannot pick up an exact sound of a knife opening or closing, but hopefully it's pretty close. And also another cool thing about the sound is when you are bringing it back in, it's kind of like a double detank kind of click. You hear a tick tick. I don't know what causes it, but I think that's pretty cool. So moving on, one of my favorite things about Spyderco's is the compression lock. Absolutely love it. Lockup gets 5 out of 5. Compression lock is very solid, very sturdy, very strong. Now, one thing to note on this one, there is a little bit less access to it than typical. However, that can be resolved with a compression made easy, which is CME, made by OCD for EDC, which I don't know if it's made out of G10 or Durlin or what exactly it's made out of, but you basically glue it to the compression lock right there and it saves your finger, and it basically makes the compression lock level with the scale, and it's just like a button that you can press and it makes it nice and easy. So I don't have an issue with it, but you can only get the little end of the tip of your finger onto it, so it can get uncomfortable after a while, especially if your fingers aren't built up to it. Lock bar access gets a 3 out of 5 because the lock bar access is a little tight. Now, I mean, you're not going to have an issue getting to it, but it can be a little bit uncomfortable just because it's tight. So I had to dock it a point for the factory edge. This got a perfect 5 out of 5. Spyderco's always come blazing sharp. They have excellent blade geometry. Well, most of them. This one specifically has amazing blade geometry or cutting geometry. I mean, look how thin this blade stock is, and it gets super thin behind the edge. I have this one reprofiled to 15 degrees per side, and you guys saw how this thing performs. It is insane, super nasty. I love it. Yeah, badass. For the handle, gets a 5 out of 5 because we have some beautiful carbon fiber. Now, when I purchased this, it did not have the beautiful carbon fiber, but this is the way that you guys will get it, because this is exactly how the production version comes. For the centering, got a 4 out of 5. This one slightly favors the left side. It's not an issue, but just something to point out. Normally with Spyderco's, I can get them to recenter, but for some reason with this one, I was not able to get this back to center. Or I can, but it won't stay there. For the cutting category, gets a perfect 5 out of 5. I think that one is pretty self-explanatory. For materials, we also get a perfect 5 out of 5. We have premium blade steel, and we have carbon fiber. For the fidget factor, it gets a 4.5 out of 5. This would have got a 5 out of 5 if it wasn't for this compression lock having little access and getting kind of uncomfortable pretty quickly. But other than that, it is very fidgety, and I often find myself flicking this one a lot. Alright guys, so for the last category, I apologize if the audio sounds a little bit crappy. I was almost finished this video last night and I had to stop because my roommate got upset and apparently I was waking him up. So anyways, the last category is the value. And for the value, I give this a 5 out of 5. I think you get an excellent value here. The Kapara is an amazing knife. It makes a great EDC knife. It's excellent quality. So it's going to last you a really long time, hopefully a lifetime if you take care of it. You have premium materials. It carries very well. It's nice and lightweight. You have a nice 3.5 inch or close to that length blade with pretty much 3.5 inches of cutting edge. So this is a very capable knife in a nice thin, light platform that is still ergonomic, and it's just an amazing knife all around. So that brings us to a total score of 95 out of 100, which is an excellent, very high score. And this knife is very recommendable. I can 100% still recommend it, even at the new increased price. Am I happy about the price increase? No, but the cost of everything is going up, so it's to be expected, and we just kind of have to deal with it. Hopefully all our wages continue to go up as the cost of living continues to rise. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like what I do here, please make sure you are subscribed and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos. And if you don't mind, I would appreciate if you leave a thumbs up. And if you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. But please let me know in the comments down below what you did like or didn't like about the video so I can make changes in the future. And if you want to help support the channel, you can help by sharing this video. I also have a list of things that you can do to help support the channel in the description down below. I offer a sharpening service, and I am still accepting new customers. And I also have my PayPal linked. Buy me a coffee, which is just another way to support content creators. It's just a donation platform, basically. I also have a bunch of items that I highly recommend linked in the description down below, and they are my Amazon affiliate links. So I do get a small commission for those at no additional cost to you. That's an excellent way to help support the channel as well, and it doesn't cost you anything extra other than what you would be spending anyway. So that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope everyone's having a great day. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.